Alright, sure.
Hello everyone.
Alright.
Welcome back. We have League of Pokemon against TLH.
Welcome back. We have League of Pokemon against
TLH. And I forgot to mute myself, so we're getting the echo back through the stream.
Oh,
Forgot to
yikes.
mute the stream. Genius. It's muted now. Anyway, with me I have Fulminare here for Fulminaire. I don't know.
Hello,
Whatever.
hello.
For the first cast. So we're gonna see how he does. If you like him, let us know at the end, and we'll get him back some more. Yeah, so League of Pog'Maw versus TLH. Have you looked much into this matchup? Have you looked at them at all? Just say yes.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen the teams a little bit.
Any?
I think the Pog'Maw is with Nasty Mouse, right?
Yes, that is League of
I'm just
Pog'Maw.
gonna say he takes the W because he's a Dutch guy as well. And, you know, we Dutch people, we always support each other.
Of course,
So
of course.
I'm just gonna go with him. But I don't know. I haven't seen much of both teams. I have heard a lot about them. So I'm curious to see who takes the W.
Yep, it should be
game.
a interesting game. Definitely. I'm just posting. So if you look in the league chat there, you'll see there's a spectator link. If you click on that, it should hopefully take you to the tool that we use for.
Or the tournament center.
Yes. Tournament center? No. There's a link in the chat of the league. That's like data.pentaQ.
Oh yeah. I'm seeing it right now. Yeah.
And that should hopefully open it. Oh, I misspelled TLH on the thing. Damn it. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine.
Failing on the big stage.
You know what? We do it every single stream. It's not CoraL if it's not a bit scuffed.
I mean, you know, it's a trademark.
A bit of a trademark, yeah. So hopefully I'll let both teams know. Can start draft when ready. So things to look out for this draft is to see how many bans go towards Martinder. Because Martinder is by far the highest ranked player on TLH. He's a Nunu one trick, pretty much. If you don't ban the Nunu against him, you are trolling. We've seen the Nunu, I think, one game, and he just absolutely carried on it, so I don't expect we'll ever see it again in CoraL, but it would be nice sometime for a team to go, here's your Nunu, let's see what you can do.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with one tricks is they are usually very good at the champ. But I don't know, is Champo in general? He might be hitting us with a secret pick, you never know. Maybe he's been cooking up something spicy.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at him, there is a few more picks that he has been playing. He's always had the Nocturne to fall back on and the Morgana, which generally don't both get banned out, but he's been spamming a lot of Lilia recently, so that's something that we might also see come out.
Nice choice as well. I mean, he's picking up the good junglers. That's a good thing. I mean, the thing with Lilia is I don't know what they play. To be fair, if they play like a team fight based comp, Nocturne will be really good with the ultimate and shit and stuff. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's what we'd expect to see in terms of where we would expect to see a lot of fighting happen. I think the top lane might be an interesting one. TLH Gwen Sucks often goes for well, I think we've seen him play Gwen a few times actually. And we've seen Buffalo Goose tends to pull out these more bruisery style picks, really loves the Renekton. Usually we see Renekton banned against him, so we'll have to see whether TLH decide to do that. Just so LPM know, TLH have said they're okay in the draft tool.
Yeah.
So you could just ready it up, the draft tool, and it will start the draft, and then we can go straight into it. Don't worry. You need both teams to say ready in the draft tool. I think that's TLH if they're ready in the draft tool, and it's waiting for LPM. There we go. Yep, there it's starting up. Okay. So we swap over to our draft. So I expect to see a lot of jungle bans.
Yeah, definitely. It seems to be like the two junglers are probably the actually Buffalo Goose is top, right?
Buffalo Goose is top. TLM, yeah, I know. Just ignore that. Pretend it says S. S, not S. Jeez, don't pretend it says S. Pretend it says H. We aren't in draft. We haven't got a link. I put both the links in.
Yeah.
What? Oh my god.
What is happening?
Chatting
Hello?
Klein is down. I mean, you
Oh,
should.
they banned the Thresh?
Who's not in draft? Wait a second. Who is not in draft?
Let me select. Okay, no, I'm pretty sure they're all in draft right now.
CIH, are you not in draft? They're in a chat together, so they can tell each other what's going on.
A little bit of technical difficulties.
We haven't got any link. Okay, right. I'll do it again. I'll send the link directly to one of you, and you can give it to the others. We'll just go back. Technical difficulties. Wouldn't be CoraL without them. And we'll start this draft off again. So ignore that draft. We're gonna restart
Just act like it never happened. It's
act
okay.
like it never happened. We didn't see that first ban. We're gonna get TLH name right this time. I think I forgot to change the language anyway, so I think the entire draft was in Chinese for the team.
Yeah.
So that would be fun
I
for
was
them.
thinking it was the site, but
Okay.
I mean, a little bit of the Korean spirit, you know.
So there's LPM. Here is TLH. And here is Spectator. Only start from your side when your team is ready. I'll send the TLH link also to just, I suppose, someone on the enemy team, so they can put it in. Who do I have from TLH? I have Demi. Here we go. There you go, Demi. There's the TLH link. TLH link. You can just pass that to the rest of your team. Spec link, and of course it's best to have one person in the actual team link and one person or the rest of the team in the spectator link, because that way you don't ban over each other or mess around and end up with a stupid ban, because we're gonna allow that to happen. You're drafting right now. God damn it, guys, we're not in draft anymore. We closed that down.
We have a new draft
You
now,
said you
boys.
weren't in the draft. You can't come and say you're not in the draft, you don't have a link, and then we start resetting it up for you, and then you go,
Stop
no, we are in
bragging.
draft. Ah, guys, come on. This is not how it works.
Come on, boys, get your game face on.
Please use the new draft link. We'll do it again, because
Team Nasty and Team Atomica. Wait, aren't they the same team? Oh yeah, they actually are. Okay. Nice. You know, this just builds up the enjoyment, the excitement for the game.
I went and opened the old link as well, and it's just nothing in there. Like no draft happened.
Near, is it in the new link?
Yeah, there's nothing in the new link. Oh my god, they're like halfway through. We can see it from one of their sides. I mean, we could just go from this, I suppose. Here we go. We'll go back into draft. Screw it. Whatever. We'll make it work. Let's see how
Wait.
scuffed this is.
What is happening?
There we go. I'm gonna send you the link very quickly.
Oh, that's the older one. Oh, we're having the
There you
Tristana
go.
Nautilus?
Oh yeah, you got the older one.
Yay.
Perfect.
Let's see.
Here we go.
Okay. We are here. Hitting them with the Nunu and the Lilia Bond.
And they also got that fresh away from TLH, not something that they want to see. Zac coming out looks like more kind of being hovered as well, but it will be that Nico lock-in.
Yeah,
Nico, I'm
and
not sure.
Nico is a good flex pick as well. Could go mid, could go support.
Yep,
Could go
the
top.
strongest support. Probably struggle quite hard into something like Tristana Nautilus,
Yeah.
so expect him to go mid or top. And yeah, Xin Zhao just a really strong pick as well. Probably be going jungle, but can go solo lane. In fact, I think last season we saw Sandarius pull it out a few times solo lane. Did fairly well with it actually. Meanwhile, back to Vance.
Such a strong pick right now. Xin Zhao can absolutely take over an early/mid game if he plays it well. Excited to see that one, especially against the Zek. Great matchup as well.
Yep, he can knock back the Zac out of Zac's E. They have quite a few things to interrupt. They've got a team that love to run forwards as well. Always nice when you can get your team comp to work together. Meanwhile, TLH a little bit iffy on whether they want to go forwards or backwards, but can work quite well. You know, Zac can peel.
Yeah, and then the Xayah pick is very good as well here with the ultimate. In case Nautilus ults or just hooks her or whatever.
Yep.
Curious to see who they will pick with the Xayah.
Music's
Not
a bit loud.
many
I'll
options.
turn it down a little bit. There we go. Let me know if that music is still too loud. Hopefully it's not. We do see Morgana did not get banned away though, which means it gets locked in. It was being hovered on the last rotation.
Yep.
But they just had to pick up Nico instead. Does mean that they get the Morgana, and they are currently hiding where that Nico will go a little bit. Will it go top? Will it go mid? Not sure. Of course, you can also flex Morgana mid, but
Corki.
I hate it. Corki, not something you see often.
No. I mean, if they go for the scaling comp, it would be pretty good, but you have a very strong mid game right now with Tristana, Nautilus, Xin Zhao. And the Corki, that's where the Corki starts getting big as well, so maybe they want to play the early game calmly and then just transfer into the mid-late game.
And they still have their top laner, or I suppose potentially jungle if you want to flex the Xin up top, but it's not often you see that. So expect them to have to lock in their top laner blind here. And they are taking a while to think about it. But yeah, the one problem with this is Wukong. Interesting, there is only one AD champion on the side of TLH, so maybe a bit of a prediction here that they're going to lock in another AD champion in the top lane.
Yeah.
Definitely one for fighting. Like I said, we might see a lot of play around this top lane. Bot lane for TLH, very safe.
And they're just gonna try to shut down the Martinder, I'm guessing. I don't know. Maybe if he gets behind. I don't know how much of
on the Zac.
What a player he is, of course.
I'm not sure we've seen Martinder play Zac before. Of course, that could be a Zac top lane. Who knows? We might see a lot of flexing coming out. They've got a while to lock in their final champion here. Tom. Ooh. That could be a bit of a problem for Wukong.
He's really going to struggle with that, especially in the late game. I mean, that the team LPM probably takes a team comp. TLM is all over the place, to be fair. They're pretty good engaged as well. I mean, with the Xayah ult and the Zek jump and the Nico ult, maybe they can just completely obliterate the enemy team.
Yep.
But then you get the Xin Zhao ult as well.
I'll say Xayah, great champion actually here, I would say, into LPM. I don't know how your feelings about it are as a ADC main, but it's a lot of dive.
Xayah is probably one of the better picks here, combined with Tristana, but seeing Tristana already got picked away. Not a big fan of the Morgana pick with Xayah. But you know, with this Black Shield it can help out, with the Q for a kill setup can help out. Curious to see what will happen.
Yes, and hopefully we'll be going into game very soon. I've told the teams that they can start the game when they're ready. So we'll just wait for them to start up the game and then get through pick bans and we can go in. I mean, something else to talk about. Where do you think these two junglers are going to focus on early? Is one of them going to focus on trying to get a specific lane ahead? Do you think they should focus on a specific lane? Or
I don't know. I think Xin Zhao should just try to focus on power farming, especially. Because most of his lane skill and bot lane really doesn't need much help with Nautilus Tristana. Maybe top lane needs a little bit of help against Tahm Kench. Since, you know, we all know that. Tahm Kench a little bit broken. And Zek, I don't know. Zek might be looking for the bot ganks as well. With the Morgana Q and the Xayah E, Nico E as well. he might be going for that. But then Corki has the escape with W. So I'm guessing that junglers will just play for themselves a little bit. Since I'm obviously winning that, because Sek is just going to get a massive tank, and since I really takes over the mid game. But yeah, curious to see what the TP plays will be as well. I don't know if Wukong actually takes TP against Tahm Kench. Maybe
Yep.
with the ignite he gets a little bit of kill pressure.
Be interesting to see. I have also seen Wukong's before take Ignite over Flash.
Yeah.
That might be an interesting.
Yep, might be as well. With the W as an escape as well.
Yep.
Yeah, most top laners play Ignite Teleport right now. A little bit risky, since you know, if you get caught without the escaping capability, you're probably dead. But you know, higher risk, high reward. LPM winning draft. For sure, for sure.
Is easier Team Combat say to go from, but if they're looking for their ADC to carry them, I think TLH has quite a good
Yeah.
setup here.
True.
Got
I'm not
more
familiar
guns
with
on
both
that.
AD carries, so I don't know what their capabilities are.
Yeah, I've not seen the AD carry for TLH before. I've seen Nasty Mask a little, so he's definitely somebody that could carry if he manages to get ahead.
True.
We are
Just
still
depends on
waiting
like
TLH.
they have good peel as well with Wukong, Nautilus, Xin Zhao, eventually.
Yeah,
But
very
Xayah is
slippery team.
Yeah, Xayah is overall, I would say, one of the better champs in this game.
Yep.
If she plays it well, of course.
There's a poll in the chat as well. Who do you think's going to win? Is it going to be Poggers? Is it going to be TLH? Let us know. It is TLH, not TLM. Maybe I should just start calling them TLM in polls. That could be interesting.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Right now,
And,
Poggers is taking the lead with 2 votes against 0.
3 votes against 0. People think that this draft from LPM means that they definitely have the advantage, but we'll have to wait and see. To the players doing the draft, remember you don't necessarily have to ban the correct things that you banned, just ban out stuff that's not actually in the draft. Let's get through it as quickly as possible.
I mean, a very exciting thing to see is when if Corki players really know how to use that package. You know, for big objectives, for Baron fights, Dragon fights. You could basically win, solo win the whole fights. So I'm curious to see if Corki will do that.
Yep, and definitely against a champion like Nico, it's definitely something you can roam from. Nico can have some amazing tower pushing, but early on shouldn't be too strong, so those early dragons.
They also have a pretty good siege comp with the Xin Zhao Q on towers, the Tristana E. The Corki just damage the Wukong clone Q.
Yep. So, I mean, we will get the final confirmation that champions are going where we expect them to here. I can tell you it definitely is Wukong top. We're not seeing some crazy change of Xin top.
Nah, it's probably Tahm Kench top,
top.
and then Nico
it is
mid.
also Tahm Kench top.
Yeah.
Yep, Zac jungle. This is going to be exactly as everyone would expect.
Yeah.
Unless we get some crazy swap where it's Tristana mid and Corki bot, but no, it is Corki mid.
I mean, they could have done it. Tristana mid is probably the better pick against Nico.
Yep, and you're not exactly expecting to kill the enemy bot lane, I think.
No,
so it would give Corki a fairly safe lane with the Nautilus as well.
Yeah. But I mean, Corki probably skills harder and faster in the mid lane.
Yes.
So maybe that's why they put him on the mid lane. If he buys a call and just levels up and just doesn't worry about anything else, he can probably just 1v9, to be fair.
Yep, we're still just going through the draft phase, and then we'll have like 3 minutes of waiting and then into game.
Sheesh.
Could be well. Any interesting techs you think people could take that are unexpected on their champions here to help them in lane? Just finding things to talk about. Do you expect? Well, what rune do you expect on Tahm Kench? Let's go with that. Do you think there's a good rune choice into Wukong?
I mean, if he wants to just go for the tankiness, like scaling, he should probably go Grasp of the Undying. But I've seen some Tahm Kenches take Hill of Blades and just obliterate enemies. So I don't know, maybe they can set up a kill with the Zac and just perma lick him and maybe, you know, get some kills on the top lane. But then you have to ask yourself, is it worth to get kills on a Tahm Kench instead of the Xayah or something?
Yeah, of course, putting Wukong really far behind can be quite useful, but
Yeah, true. Curious to see what the
I have to
Xayah
see.
picks as well.
What
She
do you
could also go Hill of Blades here. It's
do you
either
think?
Hill of Blades or Lethal Tempo.
Yeah, which do you think would be the better choice here for and why? Like, is there? Does it depend on what you're planning
The
to do with the Desire, or would you always
better
go
choice is
one?
probably Hill of Blades, since the enemy bot lane goes in and you need to fast trade. Lethal Tempo's for like the longer trades, but I don't know if she can get any long trades off with the Morg Xayah into the Tristana Nautilus. But she's probably still taking Lethal Tempo because most Xayah players don't play with Hill of Blades.
Yep.
But you never know. I mean, she might be an experienced Xayah player.
And of course, with going the domination tree first, you could pick up the ultimate hunter
Yeah,
and
true.
have your ult cool down a little bit more, which would be very useful
Especially in
against
this
dive
team
comp.
comp. Yeah, definitely. You can also go for the impaired movement, you know, with the stun and then just to run away. Or kite, or for the taste of blood to stay alive a little bit in the lane.
Yep.
Many options. And I mean, the other runes are probably quite obvious. Like the Aftershock on the
Yeah.
Zek, probably the Electrocute on the Nico, Comet on Mork. Xin Zhao might go, nah, probably Conqueror as well. Yeah. Just gonna be a lot of Conqueror here, I think.
Yep. Would
Actually,
not be
just two of them.
surprised.
The Nautilus is quite surprising. My support always plays Nautilus with Hill of Blades. I don't like it, but you know, he might pull it out as well.
I mean, I guess that helps with your W one. You get a bit more damage
Yeah.
quicker, but
Yeah, exactly. But it's you know, he just becomes a glass cannon, so
yeah, not so sure about that one.
he's probably just taking Aftershock. But I am surprised that they didn't ban the Morgana since she got hovered in the first 3 picks, and then since they are playing Nautilus as well.
Yeah, they maybe got baited because the Nico was picked. They might,
Yeah,
after
true.
the Morgana hover, maybe they thought that was a Nico support, or maybe they
It
thought
would've
that
been.
Morgana was the hover for mid lane.
If that is so, they get a lot of credit for that. That's a big brain move. And then they banned, what did they ban? The Kai'Sa, the Lee Sin. Some overall good picks. As we have seen, the Kai'Sa can be pretty strong.
Interesting enough, we did actually see the Leona ban out of LPM.
Yeah,
They didn't want to pick up that Leona themselves, they wanted to go into the Nautilus.
maybe because she's been practicing Nautilus a lot. Maybe she feels more comfortable around it. Nautilus
Yeah.
is a lot safer as well. You can always escape with the Q, you have a shield, you can slow them, you know. Leona's just, if you dive in and it just goes wrong, you probably die.
And Nautilus has a bit more of a guaranteed catch on
Yeah,
people
true.
because you can just
True.
flash depth charge them,
Yep.
and you know that's going to work. I mean, not into a Morgana, but
Well,
generally,
but you know,
you
besides
know
that,
it would
yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you have a pretty good setup with your Q. You can just ult them and just wait, flash, passive, Q. A lot of ways to just go in. And Morgana, Leona really
When will the game start?
needs to E.
6 seconds till loading screen. Just for the people in the chat, don't worry, this happens pretty much every time. We're like waiting for the spectator delay, as people are like, when's the game actually going to start? It's like, we need to wait for spectator delay,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I'm curious to see what happened with the invade as well. Because you
Yeah.
have Xayah with the feathers, you know, a
You
lot of
got
AoE
Zaya, you
damage.
got Zac, you got Morgana, very
Yeah,
good
you
team.
got the
I'm going to
Nico
get
E
straight
as
on.
well.
So is there
Maybe a spicy
any
5-man E.
unlikely runes here? We do have Comet on the Morgana, so wanting a bit more of that poke early.
Yeah, we
Maybe
have
we'll
the
see a
lethal tempo
W
on the
first.
Xayah.
Fleet footwork on the Corki, just wanting to help sustain through that early game.
Yeah, and the grasp on the Tahm Kench as well, just to get a little more tanky. I think at least.
Yep.
And overall, just yeah, the Conqueror on the Xin, on the Wukong, the Hill of Blades on the Tristana.
Pretty much
Yeah.
all as kind of expected.
Yeah.
Interesting, but I suppose we have Ignite on both supports in the bot lane. What do you think of that? Do you think what one team could
Mm,
have done with the exhaust, or
I
exhaust
would
could
have
have been?
probably played Exhaust as the Zaya Morgana comp, especially
Yeah.
against the heavy kill lane like Nautilus and Tristana. But
Yep.
you know, maybe they could turn it around if Zaya gets a lot of feathers down. So maybe that's it. And since they have two Conqueror champs, maybe the Ignite is picked for the late game against a lot of Xin Zhao healing and Wukong healing.
Yes, that could be true.
And I mean, the Nautilus Ignite is pretty obvious. These people don't really have something for
Yep.
exhaust.
Just for you, if you want to
Uh,
change your view of the screen, U, O, and N is what I usually use. I think N's the timers, U brings up the scoreboard at the bottom, and O gets rid of the timer.
uh, for me, it's dark, and it's still on 000.
Yes, sometimes happens when we load in faster than the players do.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Here
but
we
there
go.
we go. So we can see if anyone buys anything strange. Not really. Corki is
Mm,
starting Cull, so a little bit of a risk, but I think that's kind of expected. Lots of pings coming
yeah.
down.
I'm guessing they're going top side here. Yeah. Yeah. The call is. I mean, it's probably the best buy here. He could have gone Doran's ring or blade and just poke her out. But I think Nico wins with the poke in general. Not really sure, but
Yep.
I mean, he's just going for the skill, to be fair, in this team comp.
Force
I wouldn't be
supply.
surprised if he picks up a tier as well. First back. Since he has
Yeah.
teleport, he can just reset and then just TP back.
Uh, 4Pi in chat. Yes, I messed up the timing. It actually was supposed to start at 7:45 UK time, not 7. So there we go. Um, oh, I've got a question for you. How do you feel about no item TP Ezreal start? Oh no, wait, that doesn't work anymore. I was gonna say no item TP Ezreal start, but the
Mm-hmm.
item changes screwed that. I used to do that in so that you could just back on tier and get a
No
tier.
item
Ezreal,
TP start.
yep. You
I
back at minute, I think it's minute 2. You can have
yeah.
enough gold for tier, and you just buy the tier early. That's what I used to
I
do
mean,
before the item change
you can
happened.
yeah, you can just buy tier as first item now. 400
Yeah.
gold. I mean, I'm myself not really a big fan of tier first item because you lose a lot of AD with the Doran's Blade and the HP and the little lifesteal you have, especially with Ezreal with the spell vamp.
Yeah, there's a
I
lot
mean,
of
not really an Ezreal
fighting
player
power.
myself. My brain is too small to hit skill shots. So
Ezreal is
I'm
more for people I think that are generally mage players. He's like the mage
yeah,
ADC.
true. I mean, I'm more of the auto attackers, you know, just stand still, let my support carry, and just derp around mostly.
Yep.
A little bit early trading
Trades.
here and there.
The hook does hit in the bottom lane. They're jumping onto Demi. The shield is extremely late. Ignite is down. She's
Oh,
ticking and will go down.
oh, that's a actually
Bit of a
that's a nice play.
disaster there. Kill does go onto Loza though. Um, so not.
Could be good. You know, get a little early tankiness for the Nautilus.
Yep, it will allow these engages a bit more. And I mean, you're just putting Morgana a bit behind in terms of levels.
Wait, U. Oh,
Any
N.
any kills are good. Any kills are good.
True, always, especially the first blood. Surprised to see that happen so fast. To be
Yes,
fair.
it was a bit of just late shielding on the side of Demi. I don't know if she was saving the skill up maybe and then had to skill it up and then do it. Maybe forgot Nautilus's auto attack also roots you for a little bit of time, so
Yep.
didn't think she needed to E. But either way, that is 2
And
summoners down from TLH, only 1 from LPM.
it's the flash, right? I
Ooh,
didn't really see the fight because my screen was bugging.
yes,
But if the
it's
Morgana
Flash.
flash is down, they should probably. I mean, I'm guessing since I starts to play around bot side right now, maybe
He
do a little
did.
bit of crab action here.
Yep, he's gone for that top scuttle. Zac took the bottom scuttle.
We have 2 Zeks in the map right now. Surprising. Zek going for the Grump and the blue. Nico moving. I mean, I doubt we will see a lot of action in the early game.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, okay. Oh, that is a hit of the Dark Binding, but not too much damage. Interesting to see no back coming out early from LPM. They are just happy to wait on that extra gold, I suppose. It
Yeah,
wasn't exactly the ADC. Ooh,
I mean, Nolus doesn't
Gwen
really get
sucks.
anything good off of the first blood, so. Tom Kench with the...
Oh, that is another hook, but the shield is down to stop the auto attack route. That's a lot of damage onto Demi. Demi's still
Oh,
slightly alive. Narsimas being taken
oh, was I
incredibly
with...
low, can't get out.
Oh,
That is one kill down. Loza now having to walk away. Should be able to just walk out of this. More route does go down though.
okay.
Into the Dark Binding. Flash forced out. A nice kill coming out there.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big surprise. Really well played, really well played.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised Narsimas didn't just flash forwards after the Morgana,
Yeah,
but
true actually. I
um,
was guessing he didn't have flash, but he did. Would have been a second kill. Especially after he
well,
committed. Oh, Nico.
would have at least been that one kill, yeah, and probably would have been traded back, but
Yeah. My camera is currently messing up, so give me a minute.
it
It's
is
not
about
following the
equal
fight.
now on the gold front. We see a gold lead built up for the top lane. Tarn Kench. In mid lane, I believe it's about equal. A slight gold lead for the Nico, but Corki has just taken it back. Uh, jungle's about equal and bot lane's about equal, but
Yeah.
most of the lead for LPM is on the support Nautilus, which is not really what you want it. So the overall gold lead's a little bit distracting, and that's really it's more in TLH's favor right now because of where that gold is.
The early Drake. That's a very good soul to get. Very good Drake to get early. The Ocean Soul to help out, especially against the Tom Kench and the Pogue lanes.
Yeah, it's definitely going to help Buffalo Goose in
It's
this
a
top.
good pickup.
He's been being bullied a little bit. 6 on the Tom Kench. He's going for the fight. Buffalo Goose, nice sidestepping there, will get him out. Now, Moby Boots' first pickup on the Nautilus, and I always say this, if I see Moby Boots, I want to see them leaving lane.
Yeah.
Every
I
single
mean,
time.
you probably should have went something different because
Yeah,
he can't really gank.
I personally really dislike it into Morgana, because that's a
Yeah.
champion that can just press W and suddenly your move speed turns off.
And like he's not really going to gank anything. He can't really gank the Tom Kench, the Nico. They both just W away.
It's possible to gank the Nico if you do get your ult out, the depth charge.
True. Yeah, that's true.
But, yeah. A lot of people go Moby Boots and then you gotta ask, is this the game for Moby Boots?
I mean, I think a lot of hook supports just automatically do it. Maybe just automatic pilot.
Oh, a nice hook though. They're jumping onto Demi. That's a lot of damage going down. They jump in. That's one picked up TP coming out. That will be
Oh.
the Nico getting in there first.
Oh, the Corki as well.
Picks up one. Corki also there in the top lane. Meanwhile, Buffalo Goose getting run down. Flash is traded and that Wukong will get killed. Martinda jumping under the tower. That's a lot of damage coming back. Passive will be popped. Oh, Unleashed taking so much damage from the Corki going down as well. Revka trying to turn it around. Will pick up one in
Oh.
return, but absolute disaster there for TLH. I'm not sure what they thought with that dive.
That was a risky dive.
It was, yeah, not the best thought out dive. Thankfully, their kills do go on to the carries, I suppose. Although giving some kills to the Corki is not really what you want. So that's a slight gold lead overall for TLH. And I'd expect to be seeing the teams playing around the Rift Herald probably about now. Not quite seeing it. Buffalo Goose really far down on levels. I expect he's probably just going to hit 7 soon. Probably off this wave. Otherwise he's been zoned out horribly from the wave, maybe. It looks like, yeah, he must have been forced to back a few too many times. Been zoned out from waves. 2 levels down. Really struggling in this matchup. Might be somewhere that you want to move that Xin Zhao to try and keep your Wukong, get a respectable level in this game. Looks like he's trying to take the fight, but it's a lot of damage. package on the Corki, so we've got to wait and see where Atomica wants to use this. I didn't actually hear the noise of him picking it up. Oh, it wore out. Either wore out or that was a visual bug and he never had it in the first place. I think it wore out there in the route, which is unfortunate. Didn't really get to use it for anything. Meanwhile, Buffalo Goose still doing what he can in this top lane to just stay in the game. You can see TLH playing very well, going for that Rift Herald. We'll have to see who they decide to put that gold into. Atomica jumping onto Rev, because that's a lot of damage going down. He does choose the right one to go after. So much damage, about 150 health. All the power turned off. Oh no. Okay, well it looks like I'm down to the solo cast. So this is all okay. Do not worry, I'm taking over the cast. Tom Kench with the disgusting damage from the tongue lick, actually pulling Wukong out of that. Kicking him down, and that's just the solo kill. Tom Kench just too strong of a champion right now. Not much you can do against him. And it's gold leads just being built up entirely for the side of TLH. I didn't notice that's just asking. Oh, they do get the hook onto the Xayah. Ultimate thrown out. Featherstorm. Nice flash to get them all onto Nasty Mask. Ignite is thrown down. That's a lot of damage. Loza also flashing away. Not sure if that one was required. But they do get the Ignite out of the Morgana and the ult out of the Xayah. Potentially they can do something with that. Depth charge is still up, so could use it to engage. Dragon is coming up soon, and pings are going down on it. Only 7 seconds. It is a Cloud, so not the most impactful Drake, but of course, if LPM can get this, it puts them on those two early Drake, which buys them a lot of time towards this later game. And they are a team that is quite happy to just scale up, really. They've got a few bruisers who usually come online massively. The 2 items when Sucks here actually using the visuals of Tom Kench to maybe try and confuse them a little bit. Ooh, Buffalo Goose with a nice bait there, but Tom just does way too much damage, half healthing him in return for practically nothing. Meanwhile, there's probably a fight going down. There's the jump out. Xin Zhao almost one shot. He does go down. Loza pulled back in, and it's just Atomica left having to flash away. Trying to put a little bit of damage back, but nothing he can really do. That 3v4 is lost by the side of LPM. Can Nasty Mask and Atomica do anything for this Drake, or will they just decide to give it up? It looks like they will end up giving it up. And not too sure what it wants to do right here, the camera. Interesting that Rift Herald not been taken. Of course, Rift Herald worth quite a lot. It's worth basically over a kill of gold to take it, because you can just put it down in a lane, get 2 plates. Neither team, though, choosing to prioritize that. Instead, they're going for the dragons. They're going for the farm that they can get instead. There's a little bit of a point that people like to contest. Rift Herald's worth it. Generally, it's worth it if you can get it without moving your entire team there, which is possible. Vision being cleared out right now. LPM do just need to really slow down how this game is going. They're starting to fall behind. It's less than 2,000 gold, but they do need to try and keep themselves up there. Nice engage from Gwen Sucks, trying to get more damage down. Buffalo Goose at the moment is just trying to play a bit of damage control. Oh, and that's the ET. Should probably not have jumped back in. Almost no health flashing. And that's a tilter right there. Loza now just walks straight into their route. They expect this to happen. And that's another kill into the Xayah. It's all going a little bit wrong for LPM right now. They just need to try and play it a bit safer, try and keep themselves in this game. And you can see this Tom just does not care about the tower that grey health is just disgusting and keeping him topped up on health. Especially as well, the amount of damage that Tahm Kench now does with auto attacks, the healing that he gets off his Q is not small. I mean, people thought it would be tiny, but Rift Herald actually being done. Looks like Happy is going to try and take it away, but that's a lot coming in. A really nice ultimate there, keeps him alive. He has stolen it. Atomica has picked up that Rift Herald. And will it be one? He jumps onto Revka, trying to get that extra damage down. Can't quite get him, but the pop goes onto the Zac. TP coming out to make sure that he can stay alive. Atomica does miss that. Zac spawning in an interesting spot, actually. And it is a 1-for-0, but the Atomica does pick up the Rift Herald for his team. A nice steal came out from Hampy to make sure that gets... And Rift Herald is generally worth... Well, it would usually be worth more than a kill, but in this case, it's not unless they can break first tower with it. Potentially, they can... Yeah, you can see in chat. Some fun happening between the teams. I'm kind of surprised that Tonka didn't choose to just drop the Rift Herald mid there. He's dropped it at his own tower. Did he mean to do that? I'm not so sure. Was he just buying himself the time so he could get the tower low enough that it would break in one hit? Maybe. There goes the hit. It's not enough to get the tower, though. Maybe if Hampy had gone with him there to mid lane, they could have taken that, but it's still worth it if they can get that first tower gold, of course. Quite a lot of gold. A lot of damage coming down now onto Loza. They've rooted her up. The Ignite comes out. There's so much damage. Gale Force forwards from Xayah will pick up that kill. There's the Feather Storm. Can't quite get the root on Nasimas, but the flash forwards. Nasimas does heal and flash out. Now Happy is jumping in. Should be able to kill Demi here. Does. And that's a nice knock up onto Unleash. Jump in from Nasty Mask. Knocking away just to keep the CC going as long as possible. There's 2 kills picked up in return. Really well done there from the jungle and bot laner of LPM to pick that up in response. See pings are coming down on that Mountain Drake. Looks like teams want to fight over it. And Buffalo Goose did die has been dying a fair amount in this top lane, but he is keeping the tower alive, which is quite a big point. You're keeping this Tahm Kench sticking here because Wukong is someone that can break down towers fairly quickly. Atomica does need to stop pushing if they really want to try and get this first tower. I'm somewhat surprised they haven't moved extra players mid to just force that tower down. If they move the Tristana mid, they can just break the tower, get that first tower gold. Just a nice extra bonus. Of course, it's kind of hard into the Nico, who is just going to clear these waves, but force enough people, you can do something. Buffalo Goose doing his best to just clear the waves, keep the top tower alive. A nice bait out there, but it just doesn't matter because of how tanky this Tahm Kench is. Yeah, we have seen Buffalo Goose going for a lot of these cute little trades, but it's just unfortunate for him that Tahm heals so much, and he just does so much damage with the auto attacks that it's almost like Buffalo Goose is doing some slight outplays and just losing anyway. He's dodging some of the Qs, and it just does not matter. Loza here looks like he's going to try and keep Nasty Mouse alive. A bit of a misplay there. That's a 3-man knock-up in the bottom lane, though. Featherstorm comes out. Happy is in the backline, running the Xayah down, forcing him to run away. Really nice Featherstorm, rooting up a lot of them, but Happy comes out of the ultimate. Now he's weak, and he does go down, and it is actually the loss for LPM in that teamfight. It looked really good for them initially, but they just could not secure any of those kills. And yeah, as pointed out, that was maybe a good time. Wukong could have TP'd in there. They could have tried to really force that. Oh no. Oh. He will keep himself alive at the expense of his flash. And TLH will move towards taking this dragon. They're pushing in that bottom lane, putting a lot of damage down into that tower. and that top lane turret will finally go down. Despite getting that Rift Herald, LPM were not able to take the first tower. They do lose that third Drake as well, which is quite unfortunate. They do scale very well. It's worth remembering when that Starix comes online for the Xin Zhao, he's going to be very hard to kill. When Wukong gets gets another item under his belt, gets that Starix as well, he's going to become a bit of a monster. Corki slowly scaling up, does have the first item as well as Tristana. Worth noting, Revka has gone for the what's it called? Medjai's Soul Stealer. That is the name of that item. So we'll be picking up stacks, and if they can't kill him, it's going to slowly become a menace. Already on the 10 stack point. Has not died yet. Doing very well. Tarm full armor. I mean, Tarm can full armor can be quite good, but you got to remember there is the LPM here. Looks like they found Martinda. Flash forwards from Loza. The hook had already been used though. I'm not sure if that was the right time. Looks like they might be trying. They want to force something. They're pinging the Tarm TP. They find Atomica. There's a jump in from Revka. Proto Belt hits 4. Has 2 down instantly. Loza's being bounced around. Hampy can't really do much. He's thrown out the ultimate to just try and buy some time, hoping Loza can get out, but Gwen Stuck's here jumping forwards will get the slowdown onto Hampy. He dodges the CC, but it doesn't matter. He will go down, and that's got to be the Baron now. Going over to the side of TLH, there is not much that Narcimas can do to stop this. I hope he just maybe picks up that mid tower, gets a little bit of gold back into his team. Should be fairly safe with the use of that rocket jump. I mean, apparently we're just watching the Baron. We don't get to see the tower go down, but that is the tower going down. About a 7,000 gold lead though for the side of TLH. Definitely in a commanding position. Nico with those 22 Medjai stacks. It all fell a little bit apart for LPM. And a lot of it does come down to this top lane. They got the counter pick, TLH, and they're using it well. Going into next game, LPM will get that counter pick top lane if they want to use it, so we might see a bit of a different outcome there. We also might see a bit of a different outcome if Narcimas and Loza manage to get that kill onto the Tristana early next time. But who knows if they'll get the Tristana next game. We're into a little bit of a slow point here of the game, which is surprising. Baron was just taken. You'd expect the Baron to try and be used here to try and get some towers. Probably at least pop that last outer bot lane. It is not like TLH are on a particular timer this game, but they do have to get a little bit worried that eventually Wukong is going to get to be a bit of a monster in the game, and Corki will scale up into that late game monster that Corki always can be. At the moment they're just pushing, not really doing too much. They push the mid lane in and it looks like they are rotating towards bots. I like to see that. They hopefully are going to try and force that tower down. So they do get at least one tower with the Baron. People often say, like, what's the point of taking the Baron if you can't get any towers or you don't use it to push? I'll tell you what the point of taking the Baron is. The enemy team doesn't get the Baron, and you do get a kill's worth of gold per person for taking the Baron. So it's always worth it if you can't use it well. Still to take it if you get the chance. Ooh, it looks like they might actually get the kill onto that Tahm Kench rocket jumping forwards. No! It's not quite enough. Surely Rocket Jump, they will flash forwards to pick that up. They do lose the inner tower on the bottom side, but they do pick up that kill onto the Tahm Kench, which is a nice shutdown into the pockets of the Tristana. The TP coming into that tower. Will he get down? Does just get down in time. He's in there, but he does not follow up. He could have jumped in, used the ultimate, tried to start the fight. No, actually, ultimate was down, so ignore that one. Lots of stuff being thrown out there. Tower does go down in the bottom lane. Mountain Drake spawning in just 10 seconds. Will they put up a fight for it? It would put TLH on soul point. LPM would of course love to take this if they could, but it is something that they don't particularly need right now. They can just choose not to fight for it and buy themselves a bit more time. Of course, if they do manage to steal, it would buy them more time. I wouldn't put it past them to attempt to steal, but I don't expect a full team fight. They are pinging that the Tom has teleport. So LPM do understand. I mean, Tom's teleport's not actually up, but they do understand there's a possibility of a flank. It looks like they will decide to just give up that Drake. They know that they've got an extra 5 minutes or so before the Drake goes again. Good vision from TLH. I mean, yeah, they do have some very nice vision. They don't really have the bottom side warded up, which is where LPM came in from, so LPM could have potentially used that. They did have a ward behind, but no one really TP'd to it. I would have just liked something on the back side of the pit for TLH, and then I think they would have had some perfect vision there, back to bottom side of the pit, just to make sure they knew. Meanwhile, TLH actually pushing in this tower. They get the inner in the mid lane, slowly taking more. Jump in from the Tom. They get the knock up onto the Xin Zhao. Engage comes through, knock back. They just bounce housing them. Nasty Mask is trying to do something, but that's the aggressive move forward from Xayah, forcing Atomica to flash away. So much damage coming out from Xayah. And they do manage to get the kill, but there is the root coming out from Nico. Now the 25 Magi stacks. And there's just Buffalo Goose is just a bit late here. Nothing that he's really going to be able to do. He can maybe pick up the Morgana if he wants to go in for it. Trying to flash towards. Does sidestep. Is just going to keep himself alive. Knows that if he goes down now, that will probably be the game. Realizing, actually, I could kill the Morgana here, but if I stay alive, at least they shouldn't be able to end right now. Expect them to... Oh, they do hit the binding. They might decide to go in on this one. Nope. They will just secure those inhibs and back off. You can see a ping coming out there that the Baron will be spawning in just under a minute's time. So we expect TLH probably to play towards that. With 2 inhibs down, there's not too much that LPM can do here, just apart from try a miracle steal or be willing to give up potentially a lot of their base to fight it. Ooh. Trying to do multiple things at once. Go back camera, there we go. So, as a reminder, I think there was more votes for LPM to win than TLH, but TLH coming out of the gate strong here, especially the pick from Tom, pick of Tom, and Revka quite quietly doing really well on the Nico in the mid lane. Had a few really key ultimates, but past that, just being there, present for team fights, and doing what was needed. And TLH do decide to start off this Baron. They do have some nice vision. They should know if anyone from LPM does come close. Of course, they see Tristana and Nautilus on the bottom side of the map. They know that they cannot get to this Baron. So they're just going to force it down. They'll take it. We assume they'll push in the top lane probably and then look to end this game. They're trying to go on Tarm. LPM with a bit of a desperation play, thinking if we can get the Tarm, at least we can get an uneven fight when they try and push with Baron. But Tarm's just too safe. Atomica maybe a little out of position. Will just jump away with the rocket jump. Not rocket jump, with the Valkyrie. TLH escorting this minion wave in. They've managed to cut LPM off. Maybe a fight can come out here though. Buffalo Goose gets the knock up onto Unleash, but no one else is quite there yet. Happy goes in. Insects Unleash back to the team, but no one goes on him. He's still alive. Unleash actually making it away. There's the depth charge, but no one has finished him. What is this? They finally get him. The TP comes in from Tom Kench, but LPM buying themselves a lot of time with the miracle catch there onto Unleashed. It took everything they had, but they do get the catch. And now TLH look like they aren't looking for the end anymore. They're just going to go for the slow push, get a few down. We haven't really pointed out that this is the full damage Morgana. I'd actually be interested. Did Demi max W? Maybe. There's points everywhere right now, so it's hard to tell. 4 in Q, 4 in W, and 3 in E. Yeah. I hope there was a couple of points in E early because you just want it to basically stay alive after the depth charge or the Q hits from the Nautilus to stop that next bit of CC coming in. Yeah, so LPM did manage to buy themselves some more time with that pick. Unfortunate for TLH that they Unleashed got a little bit caught there in the mid lane. And it looks like the Mountain Soul will be picked up without contest for the side of TLH. This is just going to make them that much harder to kill. They could only just get Unleashed in the last fight, and now it's going to be a good 200-300 health harder. And with the heal back up, with ult back up, it's hard to see how they're going to catch this Xayah. And yeah, we're just waiting. When will TLH go for the guys? Looks like they're going to try and pick Buffalo Goose out. He's dodging to the side, not too much he can do. He throws the ult down. He's dodged all of the CC, but it's just too much damage still. He will go down in the end. Loza will get knocked up now. LPM are trying what they can. They're putting down some damage over the wall, but the tanks are just too big. They're standing in the front line. Hampy is on the back line, getting a lot of damage onto Unleashed. Maybe you can pick him up, make the hero play, but no, it's just too much damage coming out from the back line. He can't quite get the kill. There's jump in from Gwensucks. Meanwhile, the tanks are just 2v2ing the carries of LPM. They are still alive, so potentially could save this game, clearing out the waves, but it is going to be triple inhibs going down at the very least. Looks like they do just want to push for the end, though. They're jumping on them to get some knock up onto Atomica. Trying to get some health. Maybe try and go for a last fight here. Root goes down. That's got to be the end. Flash in from Revka. Picks up 2. Buffalo Goose tries to do what he can. Package comes out. Will pick up the kill onto Tahm Kench. Sidesteps, but not quite enough. And TLH will take game 1. And if I can remember which one is TLH, there we go. Ta-da! And there we go. So TLH taking game 1. I'm not going to bother doing an MVP per game. We'll just do it afterwards as a full MVP. Game 1, not only 1 game, no, 2 games. This time swapping sites. Okay, so we've got to set up game 2. I don't know if anyone has already created the custom. If not, I'll quickly create it. Let's get some people from both teams. Oh, there is a custom. There we go. Okay, I'll quickly get the Penta queue set up again. This time we have TLH on the blue team and LPM on the red team. Let's change the language to English so they can read the champion names and actually find them easily. That would be helpful. I think we're still waiting for one person to join. Yep, I'm not sure who it is. Can I work out who's already here? I think we're waiting for the AD. No, TLH. We're waiting for Hampy. We're waiting for Hampy. Okay, yep. So very quickly, that was of course a win for TLH. They did come out of the gates kicking, and we'll have to see how LPM adapt their draft going into game 2. If they'll try and play towards a different lane, they do have a counter pick now, so they could try and counter pick either mid or top. Will they decide to ban away that Tahm Kench after the dominating performance from Gwensucks, or do they have something that they would like to play into it? I would not be surprised to see that picked up first if it was open. But something left to do. I mean, While we're waiting for him to join, I will be back in just half a sec. Do we have all of the people in? No, we are still waiting, I believe. I think we've got a few people waiting for toilet breaks, and we're still waiting on if Hampy is going to be able to rejoin. I mean, for those who don't know, Hampy's ill right now, so LPM playing with a bit of a disadvantage from what they would usually be. But hopefully they can come back and show us a strong game after what could be quite a demoralising loss. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, we need something to do in the meantime while we wait, so I guess, what do we do? Slash poll. We'll do a poll. Always do a poll. Poll. Ooh. Who will win game 2? Why not? We have Tulha and we have Pogs. There we go. There's a poll going out. Okay. Yeah. So Hampy will get subbed out because he is very, very ill. And they will be subbing in their sub. Who can I remember who LPM sub is? Who is LPM sub? We'll go and find out. I'm guessing Trashman? Talon, I guess. Trashman will be coming in to sub. I'm gonna guess. Yeah, Trashman. And we'll see whether the swap up can give LPM some life going into game 2. And I mean, they had life in game 1, but we'll see if it can revitalize them after a loss and if they can bounce back and take game 2. Which, if they did, it would put everyone in River who has played so far equal to each other. Oh, Hamby, we commend you for trying, but yeah, if you're ill, don't play when you're ill. It's better to just, you know, wait till you are safe and healthy again. You can tell my brain's dying. We are waiting for them to come back. It looks like most people after that game have faith that TLH will be able to take the second game as well. But we are still just gonna wait. Looks like the poll will be ending quite soon. I can't actually see it, apparently. The sub is in a 60-minute game, so we're just waiting. Surely that game can't go on much longer. And then we'll, as soon as he's in, we will get into the draft and we'll get everything started, everything going. It'll be good. And everyone will be happy. what do you guys want to talk about? We could talk about something else, maybe. Well, I mean, if TLH win here, it puts them by themselves at the top of River. So that would be an unexpected thing. We don't usually see TLH go up near the start of the season. I don't think so, anyway. Brain? I don't remember. I think they tend to struggle near the start of the season, and they really ramp up when you get towards those first few playoffs, and that's when they come into their own. But here they're starting off strong with a win over LPM. Why firing shots? Hey, I mean, it happens, it happens. Teams peak at different points in seasons. That's just a fact. So mean. 1v1 you. 1v1 you on what? What do you want to play? TLH is trying hard. Exactly. It's an what I'm saying is it's an improvement. We can see you guys improving. Didn't used to win the games near the start of the season. Now you are. See? Improvement. Yeah. Still just waiting for that sub to get out of his game and come and join. Challenger mentality boosted them all. Of course, of course. So I suppose let's talk about what we have tomorrow, because I think we got some games tomorrow. Tomorrow, Friday, we have QNI, Coordination Inferno versus Arc Ghost, and then if Crescent Solari and Cataclysm send in their VODs, we'll do them afterwards if we have them in time. If not, it'll be left up to the guys to do on Sunday, I guess, because I won't be here over the weekend. Hopefully, Happy is better by Sunday because he's the one who should be streaming it. If not, hopefully someone else can take the streams on Sunday. We'll see. But yeah, so we've got some Ocean League games coming up tomorrow. We've got some old teams. Potentially Cataclysm playing, who are a team who won last time in the Lagoon League, which I suppose is now the Ocean League. So they're defending champions up against Crescent Solari, who I've heard are potentially the favourites. Aha, here we go. We've got talent in the game, so I will chuck the links in, and then we can get going as soon as the teams are ready. There's TLH's link. There's LPM's link. And there's the spec link. And yes, of course, thank you to TLH as well for being understanding about waiting. Thanks to everyone on stream for being understanding about waiting. You guys can start up the draft whenever you're ready. I don't know if they can hear me talking. I don't know if anyone's actually listening to the stream. You can start draft when ready. Speed run. Let's go. It's getting quite late and I've got to do stuff tomorrow. Oh my god. My god, my day tomorrow is just meetings. Like, holy crap, who knew working our company would just be, please come to all these stupid meetings. I didn't say that, by the way, if anyone knows where I work. Just ignore that. Here we go, we're into ban phase. Straight over to the draft. TLH versus LPM. TLH is on the blue side, LPM this time on the red side. TLH is hovering the Tom. I think they're saying, so you're going to ban the Tom, right? We know you're going to ban the Tom. And it is the Tom insta-ban from LPM. They're saying, screw that, you are not picking that again. TLH, meanwhile, getting rid of Yazir, something that Atomica likes to play. It's what they banned last time. So, yep. Nunu, of course, being taken away from TLH. Martinda never getting to play his signature Nunu. It's sad that I can't make a pun between Martinda and Nunu. Can I make a pun with Willump on Nintendo? No, not really. But Kai'Sa is also being banned away from Nasty Mask, probably his most played champion, and TF they don't want Atomica being able to roam a lot from mid lane. And then we see Nico as well being taken away from TLH. Atomica not having too much fun into that champion. I mean, the laning phase was okay, but they weren't too happy with it late. TLH this time are the ones locking in the Tristana. Will we see the trade coming back? Will LPM now decide to lock in Xayah, or will they just leave it open? They have two picks here. They can pick a strong jungle if they really want to. Get something for the jungler Viego being locked in. Not sure who on LPM plays Viego. I'm going to assume it's probably a jungle pick. Talon is coming in for them in the jungle in replacing Happy, who, as you can see in the chat, is dying. And Ashe will be the AD carry, of course, well, for LPM. Ashe providing a bit more utility if you can use the E, especially, is extremely strong. And when you have another carry AD champion like Viego, you don't necessarily need that hyper carry AD carry. No Karthus bad draft. We haven't seen the jungler for TLH. They might pick Karthus. We might see a Karthus solo lane. But that is the Lilia, something Martin has been playing a lot of, and he wants to pull out now. I do love Lilia, so let's see some Lilia. I think Lilia was probably the last good champion that's actually been released. No, who's been released since Lilia? We've had Viego. We've had... Isn't there another horrible champion with like loads of resets and that was just really fucking stupid on release? I don't know. But yeah. Lilia's the last release where I like fucking play the champion. I was like, this is so fun and it doesn't feel bullshit to play against. Meanwhile, you play against stuff like Viego and he's just like 0-4, one item. One kill has got against your team that you had nothing to do with. He just picks up their body and suddenly has all your items. It just feels such bullshit to play against. But anyway, TLH do lock in Xerath. Could be mid lane, could be support. Of course, Xerath support is a thing. I would expect it to be mid lane. But we'll have to wait and see. And LPM locking in the LeBlanc. I know Atomica's been playing a little bit of LeBlanc. Has actually been playing it into Xerath as well. So this will be very interesting to see. Shall I hype up the matchup? I think it was he killed a Diamond 4 Xerath one trick in lane with LeBlanc. So there you go, there's your hype for why this mid lane's gonna be hype. Lilia also fun, yeah, that's what I was saying. Lilia is so fun to play and it doesn't feel bullshit to play against. That's why I think it was the last actual good champion release. Gwen's the other champion. Gwen and Viego both feel bullshit to play against. I played a little bit of Gwen. She feels fun to play. I don't know about Viego. I've not really played much Viego. I say I played a little bit of Gwen. I played one game with Gwen, and it felt fun to play. Even when it was like, you can't do anything in this game because of their picks. Anyway, Gwen and Thresh being banned away by LPM. TLH have banned Braum, which is an interesting ban, but potentially good. Will they decide to ban away the Leona, or will they leave it up for LPM to potentially pick? That would be a lot of CC. Going down with the Ashe. Of course, Nautilus is also up. Come on, TLH. I know we don't have the timers, but you got to ban something. We can't let... He's only really supposed to have like 30 seconds, I think, per ban. There we go. It will be the Leona band. And it's down to LPM now to pick. Will they just lock in the Nautilus? Or are they going to leave support pick for last? I would expect to see the support locked in here. Probably just a Nautilus again. Looks like they might be going for the Morgana this time. They do lock it in. Of course, Morgana will do very well with a lot of these champions. It just allows them to jump forwards with the Black Shield on them and not be scared of being stunned by something like a Xerath. Meanwhile, now it's TLH to lock in what we expect to be a support and a top laner. Could be a mid laner. They do now see that it's definitely LeBlanc mid, not LeBlanc support. Haha, as if that was going to happen. mind you, we could be seeing some weird bait and switch with like a Viego top. And yeah, wait and see how that is. Yeah, you're allowed to, I don't think we've ever allowed that, have we? So let's not tempt fate of people saying anything bad. Yeah, I was just asking for I mean, for people that don't know, you're allowed your coaches and stuff. You're allowed pretty much anyone from your team in during champ select in your comms and seeing what happens, but they can't be there during the game itself, or shouldn't be there during the game itself, because we don't want them being able to watch a stream and say something that, say like, say to someone else, or the team, hey, why aren't you going Baron right now, or something like that. Just looking at the chat, my Licky boy. Why the Nunu ban? I don't even play. Anyway, yeah, Lulu and Ornn are picked up for TLH, and it is countered with the Shen for LPM. So LPM don't really have a big front line, but they have a lot of zoning, they have a lot of poke, and they can probably make that work for them. TLH, meanwhile, they are relying pretty much on that Ornn to front line for them. Yeah, feel free to start the draft whenever you're ready, guys. Yeah, I mean, Hammy, you can jump in and say good luck. Like, there's no problem. You can be there during camp select, definitely. But when the game starts, just make sure you're not in the chat with them. That way, no one can turn around and say, oh, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, champ select is going. I'm going to quickly grab a drink. You guys can look here at the what was locked in and say who we think is going to win. Which Lulu skin I will judge heavily. Let's see which Lulu skin Demi does pick. Oh wait, is that Demi? I don't know. I have no idea who anyone is in the chat. I mean, if that's Demi in the chat, which Lulu skin should we pick? I hope it's Winter Wonder. I really like Winter Wonder. Or the Clownfish one of Pool Party. Those are the two that I like. Yeah, let Velv choose. Velv, which one do you want? Cosmic. Actually, Cosmic is really nice. I mean, I don't like the model really for Cosmic, but the effects are super nice. Anyway, I want to go get a drink while I actually get a chance to make a poll for what Lulu skin. No, I'll be here too long. I think there's more than 5 options as well. I need to get a drink. I'll be right back. Okay. Which one? Oh, people, what's going on in the chat still? We're talking about Ash skin. Wood Ash. Yes, the best Ash skin. The weird thing is, the animations feel super nice on Project. But, you know, I think they banned Project in tournament play, in pro play. I think you're not allowed to pick Cosmic anymore, if I remember correctly. You want the basic Triss skin or the basic Triss skin? Yeah, I think the basic Triss skin's pretty good. Pretty nice skin right there. But the question is, does Martinda have a Lilia skin? Ooh, that's what we want to ask. Because that is the skin that we should all care about. The Lilia skin. No, actually, not just the Lilia skin. We should assume that there is the Lilia skin. What chroma of the Lilia skin? That's what we want to know. It's gonna be so disappointing if it's the base skin now. Just wait and see. Dum dum dum. Choose your loadout. We're going to spectator delay. My voice is dying and I gotta do casting tomorrow. So we're just waiting. Yeah, okay. I mean, let's talk about which Lilia Chroma do we expect to be picked here? Assuming that we're going with whichever whichever skin for Lulu Velv picked. What did Velv pick? Cosmic. So it's gonna be like bluey black. So I think it should be the chroma that you get for going the full pack. That should be the one that Martinda picks here, where it's like the very dark blue, because that's kind of cosmic-y. That should be the Lilia chroma used. Of course, this is what we all care about, is which skins are picked. We don't care about the comps or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, they're kind of strange comps, to be honest. TLH has that sort of big team fight wombo combo, but they don't really have much of a front line. They're relying on the Ornn to be their front line. The same happens with LPM, but they've got that Shen reliance to be their front line, which isn't really that tanky of a champion. I always say Shen's surprisingly untanky. Yeah. I guess I could ask you guys while we wait, what did you think of Fulminaire, who was casting with me until his internet turned off completely? Did you like him? Would you like to see him back? Was he doing well? Any improvements you think he could make? I don't know. Well, I'm looking for things to talk about. I mean, I could talk about what we expect to see early on. I guess we expect to see Ashe and Morgana pushing in the bot lane, being really annoying. And then maybe LeBlanc trying to bully Xerath a little bit with the W. I guess it very much depends how it goes. Top lane, we don't really expect anything to be happening. Maybe Shen should probably win that early. We still have 35 seconds on the spectator delay. In jungle fights, if Martinda's super strong on this Lilia, he could take the 1v1 to the Viego and try and use that extra movement speed that Lilia can get to get ahead. What do I expect from Lilia? Probably Dark Harvest, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you could take, what is it called? The super move speed one to go even faster, but you don't tend to see that too much. Sometimes you used to see a Conqueror for stuff like Lane Lilia, but generally you just preferred the Dark Harvest. He's always been kind of weird. I want to build her as like this bruisery frontline jump in and out, but you can never really do it, especially now with the item update. It's just not possible. But here we go into Game 4 of the day. TLH on the left. Oops. LPM on the right, the red side. It's not a Lilia skin. I'm disappointed. We do have Championship LeBlanc though, which I didn't even know existed. Coven Ashe, which I'm pretty sure is a new skin. We've got Cleanse on the Tristana. So looking for something good there. Morgana taking the Aftershock. I'm not so sure about that one. I guess you could flash into the enemy team, Q someone, and rely on Aftershock to keep you alive, but I more think it's probably just forgetting to change that to whatever the other thing is. Guardian. Xerath taking the barrier to help keep himself alive. Jacket potatoes. Jacket potatoes are good potatoes. Both top laners have grasp. We can talk about that, I suppose. Yeah, the Morgana runes. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm gonna guess that it's just a forgetting to swap to Guardian. To be honest, I've done that before, so I wouldn't be surprised. But they are usable. We've got to remember that Morgana does have hard CC on her Q, on her ultimate, so when it goes off and it comes out, that is Aftershock you can use at a point. Remember, in the past you did run Aftershock on these sort of supports with hard CC because when you got hooked by a Nautilus or something, you could just Q towards them if you were Lux and suddenly have 70 of each resistance to help keep you alive. It does look like runes were changed for the Morgana, so I'm guessing it's just not noticing the Aftershock, forgetting to change that. Does happen. Ping's coming down, looks like an invade will probably be coming out from the side of LPM. They'll try and get themselves some sort of early advantage. They do have the Morgana, that is a long early route. They have Shen who could potentially take the taunt. They will walk towards Unleashed. Unleashed spots them out early. They don't know they've been spotted. And they will continue on. Interesting route they're going. TLH won't know that they've necessarily gone this route. Will they face check this? They're pinging. They think they're there. I think one of them might have got picked up on that ward in the red buff. Back does come out from Martinder. He has swapped to the red trinket. Looks like they walk across a ward. Not sure that trade was really worth it, the auto attack in return for the W from the Ashe. Ashe definitely putting down some more damage there. And did give away the fact that there was a ward in that bush. Not necessarily what you want to do. Want to have a jacket potato now? I kind of want a jacket potato now. I mean, not because it's like cannibalism or anything, but you'll make me one. Nice. But I mean, I don't want to catch whatever illness you have. We can see a lot of poke coming out early in the mid lane onto Revka from Atomica. Atomica knowing this matchup, of course, it seems, and knowing that he can use that early damage. Buffalo Goose is fighting against Gwen Sucks here. Trades just going out in this bottom lane. They'll both try and rush towards 2. Buffalo Goose taking these trades onto Gwen Sucks, actually putting down a lot of damage. Atomica still bullying Revka here. Revka having used a pod already. Half health, half mana. LeBlanc's mana costs are low, aren't they? You can see Gwen Sucks having to use that pot to heal himself back up. Oh, that's a lot of damage coming out from Atomica. He does get the root down, but he realizes he does not want to walk into that tower from with Revka there. Revka having the barrier. The Ignite would not be enough to kill. But another big trade with the Ignite, and he could definitely get that kill. Nice trade out from Gwen Sucks. He's putting a lot of damage down into Buffalo Goose. The first positive trade, I think, in his advantage. Using the fact he's level 3 to Buffalo Goose's level 2. Revka now managing to put a little damage back, making it a little bit more risky for Atomica to play this matchup. 3 is hit by TLH's bot lane first, but they don't really do much with it. And Demi just gets a little bit of poke, a little bit of that Spell Thief gold. There is a big fight going on here. Loza taking so much damage, will flash away. Flash has to come out from Unleashed to pick that up. Jumping forwards, the Polymorph goes down, but does mean Nasty Musk cannot pick up anything in return. That will be a kill into the pockets of TLH. Unleashed. Flash is down, though. Flash and Ignite are down in return for Flash and Heal. Nice trading back from Buffalo Goose there. Gwen Sucks somehow ended up on top. I think it's just because he's managed to buy the items using that on passive effectively. Apparently we don't get to see that LeBlanc trade. It's more important to see these top laners looking at each other near some minions, as everyone knows. Tomka actually slightly behind on minions despite getting that early pressure into Revka. Have to see. Oh, Buffalo Goose could be in some trouble here. Oh, that's an interrupt. But nothing will really go down. Atomica putting so much damage into Revka. I think if he had put the Ignite out there, potentially could have gone for the kill, but is just going to be happy to force him to play more passively. Potential gank coming on top lane here. Talon is in the area. Buffalo Goose gets the taunt down. Viego is here to follow up. Flash away from Gwen Sucks. They will try and follow him down. Flash forwards from Talon. Not quite enough damage. Will go in and finally pick up that kill and then walk out. Kill onto the Viego. And he will help his top laner here push it in so that he can get a good back off. And potentially not have to TP back to lane. And that is very impactful actually. Buffalo Goose will not have to TP back to lane now. Hopefully he doesn't. We'll wait and see. But hopefully he realizes he can walk back and then use that TP at another opportune advantage to get a little bit. Oh, that is a nice route down onto the Tristana. They're putting quite a bit of damage down. Ignite is thrown out, but it's not enough to kill Unleashed. Martinda getting incredibly low. Will probably have to smite early. No, they will manage to pick up that dragon. A nice early Ocean Drake. Have we had an Ocean Drake first in every game today? I think we might have. Yeah, we definitely had one last game. That was definitely one in an earlier game. Yeah, I think we've had an Ocean Drake first in every game today. League RNG. It's 100%, not 25. You want to know what the chances of that? Multiply a quarter by itself 4 times. It's like 1 in a few hundred. Oh, and Loza stepping a bit too far forwards there. Forgetting that Unleashed is probably just sitting in the bush. And will go down. That's 2 kills into the pockets of the Tristana. Not really what you want. Interestingly enough, the aftershock might have kept her alive there if it had hit onto, jumping forwards onto Nasty Mask with the Tristana here. Nasty Mask trying to trade some damage back, but that's a lot of damage gone down. Atomica now. Double chains. Ignite is thrown out. There's the barrier from Revka. It will keep him alive. But finally does get the barrier out. In return for the Ignite, not the best trade. Atomica trying to put down damage, is jumping around, gets the root down onto Martinda. A lot of damage coming out. Viego is here, ults in, gets the flash out from the Lilia. Looks like they want to chase up. Revka jumping in, and Atomica is doing it. They can't quite get to him. Revka does manage to get away. And we're just gonna go back to a little bit of a lull state. Slight lead being built up for TLH here. Not really what you want if you're on the side of LPM. A bit unfortunate. Loza has moved towards the top side here. Will clear out this control ward. So Gwen Sucks will know that Morgana's up here. Should know not to stick too close to that wave. Should be ready to back off. Looks like Loza's not sure. They're hoping Gwen Sucks walks back up. Leaving Nasty Mask down in the bot lane by himself right now. Walking in now, but surely the E away. Yep, not much that you can really do there on the Morgana. And they should now know they can just jump onto Nasty Mask because Morgana was top side. Oh my god, that was disgusting. Yeah, not much to say about that kill in the bottom lane, really. Unfortunately for the side of LPM, that's a lot of plates as well that will be going into the pockets of the Tristana. Tristana with a huge gold lead right now. Tomika's been doing nice trades really onto Revka, but not actually managed to pick up the kill. And overall, CS is about even, which is not really what you want when you're this assassin in the mid lane. Buffalo Goose getting bullied a little bit on the Shen. Although I think I would have just... Oh, jumping under the tower. That is very aggressive, but there's no 6 yet on Nasty Mask. There was no Crystal Arrow coming out. Unleashed flashing across the wall might actually stay safe here. Demi will be able to get out of that one. Atomica getting the root down. That's double root going on to Revka. Can he get the final bit of damage down? Oh no, he just didn't expect. He thought he had it. Started backing off and he can't get the final auto attack that was needed. And now they're also not going to get the bot lane of TLH either. It's a disaster. Double sleep coming out. Atomica will go down to the Scorch from the Xerath, and everything is just going wrong right now. They pick up 1 in return. Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes onto the Lily. That should be 2 at least. Double kill picked up. And interestingly enough, that's weird how it shows that the Lulu gets the kill. It's not Viego. There's a bit of a view into League spaghetti code, I guess. It's actually telling the game that this character is Lulu now, not Viego anymore. Bit of a disaster for LPM there. They are falling slightly further behind. It's just... It's sad. There's been so close so many times. It's like the amount of times you've seen Atomica pull Revka down to 100 health and not quite managing to get the kill. I mean, you can argue that Revka knows the limits of his champion, but there we go. Atomica getting the double chains again into the root. Will he get it this time? Barrier coming out, and yet again he lives on about 100 health. And just every time. Atomica just doesn't quite have this damage. With no ult up, it's not like he can double W. That's the first turret down. Looks like they're looking for Atomica maybe in this mid lane, but it is a LeBlanc, very hard to get. I can hear Atomica fuming, yeah. I can hear him fuming. This is quite painful if you are playing LeBlanc here. Oh no. And the worst thing is you know you have to start getting ahead. Because it's pretty much going to be your job to kill this Tristana, and if you can't get the gold to do that easily, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. Because you do have someone like a Shen, you have a Viego, both of who could do a lot of damage, get the Tristana. But at least you know it's not Ocean or Mountain Soul, it is Inferno Soul, so if you're LPM, you're a little bit sad. You'd be happy for it to be Cloud right now. And at least they'll get some plates from this Rift Herald, go into the pockets of Talon and Buffalo Goose, not necessarily the people you want it. Or Buffalo Goose on the Shen, not necessarily who you want those that gold in when you're playing something like a tank. Don't necessarily need it, but at this point, take what you can get. Now, this is potentially quite scary for TLH. If Loza can hit the Dark Binding onto the Tristana, that is a big bounty that could go down, and LPM definitely do have the damage to get it, get the kill. Of course, they need to layer their CC so that the cleanse... Oh, jumping forwards. Nasty Mask flashing away, actually. That's a lot of damage. Ooh, sidesteps are just enough to keep him alive. Atomica going potentially for this kill is ignoring Unleashed. It's not quite enough to save him. The kill finally on Revka. Atomica gets that solo kill after so long. Talon is just running down Unleashed. Gets the kill onto that Tristana, and it's now the Tristana with the Gale Force. And we get to see top lane rather than the bottom lane. Apparently nothing else fun was happening in the bottom side jungle. That cape on the skin Atomica has is actually really nice, how they've done it. It flows. It's see-through. I'm surprised that League was able to implement that. Oh no, wait, no. I bet it just has Zoe hair mechanics. You know Zoe's hair, they modeled it the same as Aurelian's tail. So technically they both move the same way. I think they did the same with Cassio's tail actually. They were like, wait a second, Cassio's a snake, why don't we just make her tail work like Zoe's hair and Aurelian's body? Random League facts. Revka here clearing out the ward. He's done very well in managing to stay alive throughout the laning phase. So until about 13-14 minutes against the LeBlanc means that we don't have a hyper scaling LeBlanc in this game. Gwensuck's going for a lot of trades here, actually losing that trade against Buffalo Goose because of the help of the tower. Buffalo Goose will just slowly build up, get more tanky. He's happy to just kind of keep the on here, probably. Oh, flash into taunt. That was a nice buffer, but Nasty Mask is in a lot of trouble here. Will use the Enchanted Crystal Arrow to get away. The Ornn Horn was cooled down. Not entirely sure why, because they're not going to turn that around. Talon does look like he wants to go for this fight. The root misses. That's a really nice spell immune coming out from Loza. Will keep Talon from falling asleep. Oh, so low health bars on the side of TLH, but no one goes down. Oh, and Atomica misses the chain. Revka does take the flash to get away. Ignite going down, but it won't be enough to finish him off. That could be another member, sub 200 health. Jump forward from Atomica. Surely he can pick up this kill eventually. Talon will be coming here if not. There's the root. Kill will get picked up. And the LeBlanc's starting to scale now. But is it too late? Two towers picked up on the bottom side for the side of TLH. Looks like LPM will get their first tower with Buffalo Goose pushing in this top wave. Oh, Martinda did manage to pick that up with a nicely timed Q. I'm not sure what it's actually called on Lilia. I should probably know that. Oh, Talon actually going in for the 1v3 here. I'm not sure that's really what he wants. Spell Immune and Stand United coming down. They want to take this fight. They're continuing it. Talon trying to jump onto the backline. Martinda jumping in, putting down what damage he can. But Talon is just unstoppable on this Viego. Going forwards now, Buffalo Goose is in trouble as well. It's just Loza and Nasty Mask left alive. Just Nasty Mask left alive. No 1v5. There's nothing he can do here. I didn't even see what happened to Atomica. I'm gonna guess maybe he got Tristana'd. And very unfortunately, 6 seconds to the dragon. I could see what LPM wanted to do there. They wanted to get the early pick before the dragon spawned so they could secure that dragon. But in the end, it goes absolutely horribly. Clean ace for TLH, and they will get that third dragon as reward. And they're slowly clearing out the jungle as well. About 6,000 gold lead. It's starting to look a bit dire for the side of LPM. Atomica finally having finished that Ludens will start to scale up. That's a nice stun onto Martinda. They're trying to stay with him. He just bounces in the air. They will pick up that kill. It goes into the pockets of Atomica. 600 gold onto your AP Assassin. This is who you're really looking at to see if he can get Tristana. Enchanted Crystal Arrow does hit on. Oh no, that root, it went through. It went through Revka's body. Root does come down though from Atomica. That will be another kill picked up. It's a bit of a shame he doesn't have a Medjay's. Can you imagine how stank that would be? But he's got the 420 score. They will start up the Rift Herald. There is the kill onto Loza. Can Atomica and Talon fight these two here? It looks like they want to try. Root going down onto the Ornn. Double buffs are on LeBlanc so she can keep healing up. But Tristana's in the mid lane could potentially join a fight. Atomica using that W to get away. Unleash is waiting to jump over. Jumps over into the bush. He can't be seen right now, but Talon is on top of him. Misses the stun. Us ulted away, and unfortunately for LPM, Atomica does go down, and TLH will just help themselves to this Rift Herald. Eventually they'll pick this up. I assume they probably try and use it to break that mid tower or maybe get into the base and bot lane. I wouldn't expect them to use it on the top outer because eventually they'll pick that up by themselves. We might see them try and hold it, put it bot lane. Maybe have Ornn force the bot lane in and then try and start up the Baron while Ornn's pushing bot lane with Rift Herald. With the help of Rift Herald anyway. But, I mean, that remains to be seen. Of course, Baron spawning in 10 seconds would be a very early Baron, but they do have a fairly fed Tristana with 2 items. And a Lilia with Leandries. They could force this Baron down. Buffalo Goose trying to trade onto Gwensucks. Gwensucks out of mana. Oh no, Nasty Mask taking a lot of damage there. But we'll jump away. Loza walking into range of the Tristana. That's not where you want to be. Gale Force forwards and we'll just get picked up. Tomica a little far forwards for the rest of the team maybe, but we want to see top lane, of course. We just keep watching top lane. Taunt goes down onto Gwensucks, but Gwensucks does a lot of damage here. He's just gonna run Buffalo Goose down. He's using the flash to dodge away. We'll try and back under the tower. Gwensucks does have the call of the Forge God. Could use it to try and get that kill. Buffalo Goose cancelling his back, not sure why. Tomica jumping in, doing a decent amount of damage to Demi. Herald does jump into that tower, but they can't push it down. Unleashed is waiting to try and kill someone again. He jumps onto Loza. That's a kill, but Atomica almost manages to pick it up in return. Ornhorn has been called. Miss. That's a nice interrupt from Buffalo Goose there. Nasty Mask has been caught on the backside. They do get one. Talon now trying to use that Xerath that he's stolen. He jumps onto Tristana. He's picked up Tristana. That's a big pickup. Jumping onto Demi. They're putting the damage down into the Lulu. Lulu's down as well. Jumping into Lulu. They're turning it around, trying to get the Ornn next, but I'm not sure that's the target you want. Martinda's just running wild on Lilia, trying to put a lot of damage down. He's trying to 1v9 it for the team. Root goes down. That will be the clean ace for the side of LPM, and they turn it around right when they need to. But Atomica, will those minions get him? No. And Atomica and Talon working together from the backside there to keep LPM in this game. Now you can see they have the entirety of those their team kills. At the moment, the rest of the team is acting as pretty much CC for them. It's somewhat unfortunate, but at least you do have an ADC like Ashe that can provide that extra CC for the team. And I think in a situation like this, it's actually quite good that he's gone for the shield bow. Oh dear. For the shield bow, because it just makes him that much more tanky, that much longer to kill, and Ashe at this point is basically a CC bot. And you just want to get as much CC out as you can. They know the ward is there now. Loza did accidentally stopwatch. So we know that stopwatch is out for Morgana. Shirelli is being used to go forwards. Ornhorn has been called. They will try and get the knock-up on Morgana, but she does spell shield it, keeping herself alive for now. Meanwhile, they're trying to get onto Demi. They do pick up the Lulu. Nasty Mask will go down in the backside, but that's only the Ashe. 0 kill Ashe going down is not really what you want. Talon, meanwhile, trying to get what he can. He does get taken down on the backside. He's by himself. Now they're trying to go for Atomica. Strauzy being used onto the Shen. It's just Atomica left, but he's not able to do it. Buffalo Goose left to try and defend by himself, but it's just the Shen, and no, he will not be able to do it. Almost manages to turn it around, at least pick up Tristana. And LPM were just a little bit split there. I think if they'd continued to try and go onto the Tristana all as one, onto Tristana's Xerath, they could have got it. Or if they decided to full turn and try and get the Lilia, maybe they could have done it, but we saw a bit of a split decision. With Talon running towards Tristana's Xerath, and the rest of the team turning around. They couldn't quite get anyone, and unfortunately do end up losing that team fight. But not the end of the world. Worth knowing for LPM, they do still have a fairly fed LeBlanc, a fairly fed Viego. We've seen that they are able to win these team fights if they do focus down their targets well. And of course, Elder can always completely turn a game around. At this point, Nasty Mask is, he seems to have realized his position is to try and stay alive as long as possible, picking up that Negatron cloak. Just making sure that, hey, I'm not going to be doing the most damage in the world, but if I stay alive longer, it buys my carries longer time to fight their carries. LPM realizing that they actually have free reign of the map here and do manage to take that outer mid lane, which does buy them a bit more breathing room on the map. Can push up a little bit further, get a little bit deeper wards, and we'll just get the rest of their team a little bit of a gold injection. Of course, Ornn items are starting to come out, so the gold lead is a little bit misleading. It's further than it actually is, as you've got to remember that each Ornn item, or at least before they changed all the items, was worth about 1,000 gold. I don't know really what they're worth now. And they've got 2 Ornn items, so that gold lead is essentially about 2,000 gold bigger. But worth noting, a couple of those kills are on the Lulu. Kills are on the Ornn, so not the people you really want them on. They're using the Shrelias, trying to get in. Lozers might be in trouble, doesn't put down the Spell Immune. Spell Immune's talent, making sure to keep him alive. That is the correct person. Atomica in the backline, but he does get put into Drowsy, and they're all going down. He manages to pick up the Tristana, and now is forced to run away. He's jumping, trying to get what he can done on the backline, but he's on his own. Polyed, and he will go down in the end. It's just Buffalo Goose left alive. They did take out the Tristana, but how will Buffalo Goose defend into the 4 members here of TLH? Knockup does just catch him. He will go down. They've only got 16 seconds. Unlikely that they can end off of this, but they will pick up that inhibitor, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them back off towards the Baron. But that kill from Atomica onto Unleashed on the backside really was absolutely clutch for them in that team fight. Of course, Props Talon did get on as well and put down the damage that allowed Atomica to finish off that kill. But this really does feel like Talon and Atomica versus the world right now. The rest of the team are trying to do what they can, but you're keeping your eyes on these two to see if they can get those carries down from TLH. Of course, Baron has been started up. Gwensucks is on the backside. Spotted out Talon, trying to zone him away from the pit, but he will be walking towards it. Ward goes in, he can see it, he tries to get it, but he can't get it in time. It is secured by the Lulu. Talon goes down, that is a big carry already out. Atomica's super low, has to stopwatch to keep himself alive, and you gotta assume that he'll go down here. Does get taken out. It's the clean ace from TLH, and surely now they will just run down this game and finish it. There was life in TLH. They did try and come back. There's the surrender, they know it's over. And it is a 2-0 to TLH. Let me go. Where's the score? Where's the score? There it is. Update it here and then go back. Ta-da! So 2-0 to TLH in the end. They do take the win away. Let's do a quick poll for your series MVP. I mean, seeing as they won both games, I'll just put the whole of TLH in here, I guess. And then you guys can decide who was the overall MVP. Is it Gwensucks? Is it Martinda? Is it Revka? Is it Unleashed? Or is it Demi? And wow. There we go. 3 minutes. Content does not meet guidelines. Oh, right, I probably can't put Gwensucks. Okay, Gwen. Apparently, yeah, not allowed sucks. Feels bad. How are people gonna put our team name in? But yeah, some banger series. TLH tried their best in that game too, but was unfortunate in the end. Couldn't quite get back. Maybe we would have seen a different game if some of those kills had come through earlier onto the Talon and the LeBlanc, but there we go. I need to preserve my voice for tomorrow, so I'm not going to speak too much more. We'll just let that MVP roll vote roll down, and then we'll tell you who the MVP was. And then we can pause for the day. God, it's two series tomorrow. I'm gonna die. Too many Demi Sims. Hey, it's between Unleashed and Demi right now. Unleashed is a vote behind. You still got a minute and a half to vote. I don't have on extra voting. I can't remember if you could even do that in Pulse. Yeah, you can. Where you can allow people to spend channel points to vote. I should use that more. That'd be quite funny. It was quite funny when I put it on and it would cost 1 to vote and just waited to see who would abuse it. I'm somewhat surprised we didn't actually see Renekton coming out from Buffalo Goose in the top lane. I'm not sure how it does actually into Ornn, but I would have thought with the fact it has armor, pen, shred on E, it might have been a decent pick. But obviously they just wanted a bigger front line with the Shen. What went wrong in the game? For LPM, I suppose the bot lane plays kind of went a bit sideways. It was unfortunate for them that the Tristana did manage to get ahead. I mean, not too much they can learn from the game apart from maybe look and say, I could have played this a bit better. I suppose Atomic can look back at some of the combos and maybe think, if I'd done it in this order, I would have got the kill on him there, or who knows. But it's not like those games were unwinnable for them. They definitely showed life, and hopefully LPM will come back stronger next week. Not sure who they're playing. I'm gonna check right now. I'm quite tired, and my voice, I can tell it's about to go. But Demi does win the vote with 50% of the vote. Congratulations, Demi, MVP of the series. Woo! Okay. Thanks all you guys for coming. We'll have even more games for you tomorrow. So make sure you come back to watch those, and I will catch you guys later.